When I spit bars in a rave, man, I go hard like Stanton.
Good evening and welcome to another episode of Touchline Fracas. Before I go around and introduce our panel, I'm just going to start off by mentioning this is our 500th episode. Yeah, that's crazy. When I think back to when we started this, to think that we'd still be doing it all these years later. Yeah. I mean, the early days of the Skype sessions, when we get to December, January, and then the Arsenal fans would all suddenly start getting real busy, or having headaches, or suddenly need to take their girlfriends out. We've come a long way since then. So it's perfect that it should fall on a Sunday. Perfect that we've got a nice mix of all the club pods on as well. We're joined by, obviously, myself, Mariah. You've also got Ellis and Leroy, who are two of our founder members. But then we're also joined by Tobes, part of our new gen. And I guess that goes to show two things. Firstly, that it's great that we've been able to stay together this long. And secondly, the fact that we're continuing to grow. So I'm glad to be here with all of you. How are you doing today?
All good, man.
Well, sir. All is well.
I'm surviving, man. Thanks for the intro. I'm surviving. But
yeah, don't worry. We'll definitely get into this. Obviously, yeah, you're new to me, innit? But I'm not new to you, and I ain't new to Spurs, innit? So don't you worry, Tobes, innit? Before we start, I have to do my usual and plug our socials. So obviously, I'll start with our Discord community. We're at about 1,050 people on there right now. Chelsea and Arsenal have the most fans. So United fans, if you're listening, sign up. It's free. We've got our spaces where we discuss all manner of things. We've got Lewis in the gambling chat. For those of you who are basketball fans, we've got Courtside Fracas space. And obviously, we've got our Discord live for our patrons. Shout out our patrons. Also, our YouTube page. If you're watching our visuals, and I'm sure you've seen the brand new overlays. I think you guys had a new overlay put on a couple of weeks ago, Tobes. Looks beautiful if you ask me. If you're on the YouTube checking out the overlays, it makes perfect sense for you to subscribe. And yeah, with that being said, let's get into it. And yeah, I mean, since we're here, Tobes, why not? Yeah, so it was crazy to me because obviously I listened to your podcast. I've been seeing you guys post your cute videos on the timeline. They feed Mourinho this, Mourinho that. Harry Kane's a leader. Hugo Lloris. So we're coming into the season and we're thinking Spurs are going to be on a madness. Like, okay, we've seen the chat. We've seen that the work that's going into it. And you lot have come in and thrown up a stinker. What were your thoughts going into the game?
I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting us to win 2-1, but I was expecting it to be a very laboured 2-1 win. I wasn't expecting us to dominate the match. I wasn't expecting us to dominate the ball. I wasn't expecting us to pepper Everton at all. But I just thought we would grind out a result. Opening day victory. I can't remember the last time we've lost on the opening day of the season. I thought we could sort of just get that result over the line. But, I mean, that second half performance just completely epitomizes what is wrong with our team and what is wrong with our manager. So, yeah.
So, are you Jose in? I mean, from what I saw from the videos you're posting, you seem to be enjoying the documentary. So, yeah, what are the problems that you already see first game in? Because obviously it is the start of a new season, which we forget because of how congested everything is. But what are the things that you're already noticing that are kind of like hangovers from last season?
So the obvious thing is creativity. Obviously, with Doherty in the side now, we finally have someone who can sort of take that ball and that went pretty high up the pitch and try and make something happen.
His positioning is quite interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's playing right back. He operated the right-hand side of the 18-yard box, bro. I need to see that man's heat map. Yeah.
He's a right. Listen. He's a right back. But obviously, in our system, we know the lopsided sort of formation that Mourinho plays. Aurier was basically a right winger last season, and it's the same with Matt Doherty again. And I think with him, he's familiar with sort of hugging that sort of right-hand side for Wolves, but when they're in possession anyway. But I think the one thing which is probably a bit of a shock to him is we don't play with a back three. We play with a back four, and mate, you can't stay that high for the whole 90 minutes. You're gonna need to come back and you're gonna need to defend. And I felt sorry for him because at certain points of the game, it felt like he was being double teamed. I think that was deliberate from Carlo Ancelotti, Richarlison and Digne. I felt like I felt like Lucas Moura could have done more to at least give Digne something to worry about on that right-hand side. But Lucas Moura, he's a bonehead, isn't it? Like he's a bonehead. He got no brain, innit? So obviously Lucas Moura, whether it's through instruction or whether it's just him being him, he will always choose to come inside. And I felt like on that right-hand side, if Matt Doherty is not offering the width, there was literally no width there. And defensively, when Matt Doherty was under the cosh, I felt like he had no support as well today.
Yikes. Ndombele, again, he came in 76 minutes on the clock. He looks a bit trimmer. He did a bit of a madness when he did a funny one. What's going on with him? What's going on with that situation? Is he staying? Is he going? Come on, man.
He's staying. 100% he's staying this season. I don't think any team's going to come in and pay the amount that we're looking for. But I feel like at the same time, we're willing to give him one more season, and I'm happy with that. I think Mourinho's willing to give him one more season as well. But we got too many of these like Yedal fans, like these old sort of grey-haired, traditional Spurs till I die type fans who look at him, misplace one pass, oh, he's not good enough, he's fat, he's lazy, he's this, he's that, and the other. He stepped on that pitch, and within like 30 seconds, that pass he made to Harry Kane was better than any pass I saw from Winks and Højbjerg over like 60, 65, 70 minutes. So with him, the talent is there. What we need to see is more improvement on his off-the-ball work. And also what we need to see is Mourinho actually give him a chance to actually build up some form or sustain some form.
So it's off-the-ball work. So when the Yedars say he's lazy, they've got a point then, is what you're saying?
Yeah, they've definitely got a point, but they over-exaggerate.
I will agree to disagree with that one.
Why not agree? Why?
Listen. I'm asking the questions. Leroy, in our chat earlier, you said that Højbjerg was running around just kicking people. I just want.
Hey, what I saw him do, I was watching him because I was thinking, right, Spurs new signing, let's see what he's saying. Is he going to make a difference? But I saw man kick like 5 people in 10 minutes. He's literally just running around booting people in the shin.
It's a different level.
Passing the ball off to the sideline, kicking people in the shins, and then looking around doing, you know that thing where midfielders are trying to look good and they're just looking around over their shoulder like 6 times. I'm like, what? You looking for me to kick or something? Because you've done on the ball. Not cool. But yeah, he was dog today. He was fucking dreadful.
What do you think about the signing generally? Do you think he's the sort of player they should be looking to get?
No, not as a first choice. I mean, I can understand him as a squaddy if he was like 5th option or something, 4th, 5th option in centre mid. Like, you got no one to bring on Højbjerg to shore it up for 10 minutes, go around, kick people in the shin, step on toes, all that kind of stuff. But as a starter, obviously starting the season, like, come on. Like, he's not got the appropriate quality. So, as Toby said, when Ndombele came on, even though he's fat, he is fat. Don't like him, man. He is a fat guy, but he's got more quality in his left toe than both of them put together. So, you can see that it's clearly evident. So yeah, Højbjerg, not really. It's not a signing that troubles me as a competitor to Spurs.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Yeah, go on, Tobes.
He's with Højbjerg, because I said this before as well, and sometimes when I say this, I'll be told, oh yeah, I'm negative, I'm this. Like, don't get me wrong, we needed that profile player, i.e. we needed a ball winner. And last season, you can check the stats, he was top of the stats, or one of the best in terms of winning the ball back, all of the things that a defensive minded midfielder should be good at. But I didn't want him. And I'll still say that now. Like, I'm okay. I'm okay that we've actually got someone who can do that job for us in our team. But him as a player, I didn't want him because I felt like we should have been targeting better. I look at the sides that we're competing with for top 4, and this guy at a push, he's getting into Arsenal's team at a push. He won't start at United. He won't start at Liverpool. He won't start at Man City. He ain't starting at Chelsea. But yet, Spurs fans were trying to tell me, clambering for this guy, saying, oh yeah, he's the best thing since sliced bread. He's had 1 good season in 4 years at Southampton. Like, that does not make you good enough to all of a sudden come in and be this destroyer that we need. But I don't want to go in on him too much because I don't think he's going to be as bad as he was today for the rest of his Spurs career. I think he'll be steady, but I also think there should have been more ambition with that signing.
Do you know what? You're so lucky I was on mute because I was raging. When you said he'll get into Arsenal's team, I was shouting. But You know when you just sort of get yourself collected, I was thinking, you know what? Hold on a minute. I've got El Neni, Shaka. You know what?
It's a toss-up. It's a
It's a sticky one. It's a sticky one. So actually, I'm happy I was on mute. But yeah,
it stinks in North London still. I want to ask you about Dele Alli. I think we can agree that he was hooked. Smelly Ali, as he's been called in previous pods. I'm loving the blonde highlights. What's going on with him? I mean, I watched episode 1 of the documentary. Jose's pointing him out as a lazy trainer, and obviously he's trying to give him that tough love that he's used in the past. But as we know, this is a different generation of player. I feel like he's at a crossroads now. Like under Poch, the first 2-3 seasons, he was brilliant. I mean, he's always been a player that's divided opinion, but his numbers spoke for themselves. The numbers aren't quite speaking for themselves anymore. So what's going on with Dele? What are your thoughts?
Listen, I can't forget, like you said, I can't forget what he did for us in his first 3 seasons at Spurs. And I think what you've seen over the last 2 seasons with Ali is a combination of injuries and being played out of position, etc., etc. But last year was sort of the first year where the excuses sort of completely ran out. And I think this year it's sort of make or break for him. Like, he's 24 years old. He's got a manager who actually backs him, because Jose Mourinho backs the player. He's fully fit now, and he's going to get game time as well. So the opportunity is really there for him to go out and actually stamp your spot in this team. I think for the first time in a long, long time, we finally got competition in those positions. I know we didn't see it today, but in Ndombele, when he's fully fit, and Lo Celso, you have a combination of midfielders who could probably sort of displace Ali from that team. So now he's going to need to step his game up. I think he's sort of lost his way a bit in terms of concentration, and I think his actual gameplay, he still dwells on the ball far too much. He doesn't look up at times and sees sort of like incoming players into the box, etc., etc. And I think even his finishing as well in recent months, his finishing has gone off the boil. I'll hark back to the game at Aston Villa last year where he missed so many chances. This season as well, the game today, I know it was a hard chance, but Ali 2-3 years ago, you're slotting that probably bottom corner, etc., etc. So there's off-the-field factors in terms of his concentration, and then on-the-field factors in terms of the way he plays. It just may not be suited to the best way we could probably play as a team. So both ways, he needs to sort of force his way into that team, and I'm not sure if he can do it, but I'm hoping he can this season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's looking sticky, because I think that the next move for him looked like he was probably only going to go up from Spurs. But if you look at it now, probably not. I don't think any of the teams that are bigger than you are probably going to spend the money that it would cost to get Dele Alli. And secondly, where would he even fit in? But enough about Spurs. Ellis, I'm going to come to you. Your rivals, as it were, Everton. They've made quite a few splashes in the summer, and we saw quite a few of those players on show today. What were your thoughts about their performance today?
I think they've done all right. First game of the season. A few of the players I did enjoy. I liked Allen. I thought Allen really looked good. When Tobbs was talking about Højbjerg, I went back to the Allen performance, and he's exactly what they need. A ball winner who uses the ball very well, uses the ball simply. You can see what he's about compared to Højbjerg. So James Rodriguez, he looked fantastic, class above. Some of his touches, everything was just effortless for him. It was just like he was just, I'm here. I've done this at a bigger level, so he was a class above everyone else. Who else have they signed?
Decore as well from Watford.
Yeah, to be fair, I like their midfield because they've got a mix of everything. Decore brings that, so to speak, PMP. Allen brings that tenaciousness. Gomez, a very intelligent ball winner who uses the ball well. Then obviously, of course, we've got Rodriguez, and up front they've got William Runners of Calvert-Lewin, who's technically not the best, but again, it gives it his all. That was
a fantastic header, man. Physically, he's as clear as any striker in this league, man. What about Richarlison's miss? My word.
That was poor.
It's the first game week of the season. I already think we're gonna struggle to see a worse miss than that the rest of this year. I don't know what happened to him, man.
He was trash.
He had first chance. He could have taken it on the first goal when he's through on goal, because keepers come out, just open your body up, slot it. He didn't. He tried to go around the keeper. He wasn't balanced. I'm not too sure what was going through his mind. It was a poor miss. He should have done better there for a player of his talent.
Yeah, we'll see. So, Leroy, you're looking at Everton. Do you see a team that could potentially make a push for the top 6? Because obviously, with the signings they've made, that's surely where they've got to be aiming for.
I was actually quite impressed by Everton. So at the beginning, I really like the base of their midfield. I like the mix of profiles. I like the players. I like the attributes. I thought Alan was really good and he was really measured and he's good with his passing. He's good with his ball winning. I think Decore is a fantastic profile in the mixer there. And I like Andre Gomez. I think Rodriguez has a bit of quality. The only thing is there's not enough quality in that final third. So whereas all of their approach play was really good and I was really impressed by it, they really struggled to convert from the middle third to the penultimate phase and the final phase. They really struggled to progress that attack beyond that level. And that's where your top quality players come in. So I think they're going to have to work on that. Maybe that will come with time. They do have James, obviously, who's able and capable to do that. And obviously, they're a new team. So he started all these new individuals and they've got a gel. So yeah, Everton, I see good things for Everton, but whether it's top 6, there's a lot of competition for that top 6 nowadays. And you look at Leicester, they're a very settled side who are also very good. And they've got firepower up top as well, and they've got the ability to score. So they'll be aiming for that, but I'm not sure they'll get it because I feel like you look at all the other teams, you've got Arsenal in there. Obviously, you've got Spurs in there. They didn't do very well today, but I feel they'll get better. You've got obviously the top 4 who I think are likely to be top 4, United, Chelsea's, City's and Liverpool's. Then you've got Leicester as well. And then you've got Wolves as well. We can't forget about them. So I feel like
it's going to be a real bar fight, boy.
Real dog scrap. But so far, I was positive with what I saw today.
Okay. Since we're with you, Leroy, we'll stay with you. You guys kicked off the new season. You were up against a poor Fulham outfit. They're going right back down, man.
They're going down. Straight down.
They're going straight down, man. But aside from that, what good things did you see? Obviously, Arteta, at this moment, he really can do no wrong. He's won the FA Cup, he's won the Community Shield, you brought in Gabriel, you brought in Saliba, Willian divides attention, but we know you're still tinkering about in the market. What good things did you see? Obviously, some players were returning, yeah, and obviously you got to see a bit of Gabriel and he grabbed a goal on his debut. So yeah, what good things did you see?
So, I mean, there were a lot of positives to take from the game, first and foremost. I feel like you always have to put it in context because Fulham were terrible. They were so bad. So I think anyone would have given Fulham like numbers that day. But in terms of the positives that I saw from that game, Gabriel was very good, just in his overall performance. Apart from the rocky moment where he had a little bit of miscommunication with Leno, really good in the air, very, very good in his duels, as we know, and we've been saying for a long time on Touchline Fracas and Touchy Gooners. He was very conservative in possession, so he only done one line breaking pass, and I'd like to see more of that come in. Very good goal. So he looks like, this is what we've been saying a long time, he looks like the right profile. You need a big, athletic centre-back who can do all the things, both inside and outside, defend the wide spaces, defend the central spaces, defend the air. You just want complete players now. So I was really, really happy with his performance. The players who performed well under Arteta at the back end of last season, your Tierney's, your Bellamy's was improving. Obviously your Aubameyang's, your Ainsley Maitland-Niles, they carried on where they left off. I think people are over-egging Willian's performance, and I'm not going to lie to you, everyone's going to call me negative, but really and truly, I thought it was a meaty performance. Like, he got 3 or 2 assists, but like, you kind of...
Them fantasy points don't pay for themselves, bro.
They don't pay for themselves, but really and truly, I don't understand what people are gassing, personally. Like, it was decent. Like, he done well, fine. But everyone, I've seen articles, I've seen videos, I've seen clips. You know what Arsenal Twitter like when they get excited about someone? It's too much. But
yeah, we just wait. You know me, man. I just wait because he'll eventually become Willian again, and that's when we feast. That's what we have to do, boys. We just wait in the long grass. Nothing heavy.
I saw a mad article where it's like, oh, Willian is picking up the spaces that no Arsenal player could before. And I was like, what are you on about?
Shut up, fam.
He played one pass to Aubameyang. Aubameyang's cutting.
Hey, he's not annoying.
It was a corner. Like,
This is why we're on to you, man. This is why we have to do. We can't rest, because the second we give you lot an inch, you get too carried away.
Everyone gets too carried away.
Yeah.
But overall, like the most promising thing I was seeing were the fine patterns of play that we keep seeing again and again and again. So in that game, there were about 4 or 5 moves which we keep seeing repeats of the same move. And a lot of the time, not every time, but a lot of the time, the move ends up in a goal-scoring shot or a very good chance. Like Aubameyang's goal, we've done that time and time again. The one
He's loving it. He's loving it on that left-hand side, man.
The one that Aubameyang rounded the keeper, we've done that time and time again. Like, we're literally doing the same thing. And you can see that the team is very well coached to the point where, I'm not sure if you've seen that picture going around, in Aubameyang's goal against Liverpool and Aubameyang's goal the other day, every player, Tierney, AMN, Aubameyang, were all in the exact same position, literally to the inch. So you can see Arteta's coaching coming through. I still think we'll struggle against the sides who are good defensively, because we are very easy to pull them out of shape. They weren't very disciplined. They weren't really that switched on. So teams that really sit in and really disciplined in their shape, I still think will struggle, and that's why we need the additions. But overall, Arteta's doing his team, man. With the players he's got, you can't complain.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty fair analysis. Do you expect to bring anybody in between now and the end of the transfer window?
I expect to bring players in, but it's not the players that I feel like we are linked with at the moment heavily, because I don't see financially where the money's coming from. So we sold Martinez today for 20 mil, which is unbelievable.
Great piece of business.
Unbelievable business. Literally, 6 months ago, he would have gone for 2 mil or something like that. So
Fantastic. That was fantastic.
It's good. But we've got that money in. But I don't understand where we're going to be able to, because Ura and Partey are 100 mil between them. I don't see where we're getting that piece. So if we got them two, yeah, I'll start talking very loudly, but I'm not really so sure. So I feel like we'll get budget options of the two, potentially.
Yeah, so yeah, you're bubbling, but not quite there yet.
Yeah.
Ellis, I mean, you've waited long enough. We were together on the Discord live yesterday. A 4-3 win at home against newly promoted Leeds. What were your takeaways?
It was a bit concerning. Defensively, was a bit shocking. A bit is an understatement, isn't it? We was sleeping a lot of times as a continuation from the back end of last season, where we all thought, because we won the league, so everyone's just winding down. But it seems like they haven't woken up. Admittedly, all the back four that played were international duty during the week, so it kind of messed up our preparation. But they've played together for 3-4 seasons, so some of the things you expect them to do well, they didn't do well at all. I missed the first half, but even going into the second half, we were still doing like some sloppy stuff. Joe Gomez was overcommitting, which is strange because he's not really one to do it. He was playing like Lovren, so he's not one to do it. I don't know why he was doing it. Trent was sleeping at times. Obviously, Lee's done well to nullify his threat from the right-hand side. Van Dijk wasn't as cool as we usually know him to be. So it was a bit worrying because it was very uncharacteristic from the defensive point of view. Also, the midfield, for third Leeds goal, the midfield was sleeping. They weren't tracking runners, which was annoying. You want to be a bit sharper. So we've got a lot of work to do, man. We've got Chelsea and Arsenal coming up, so it's going to be
but nothing you're worried about. I think I saw you tweeting earlier about being 33 points ahead, and do people know how many points that is? Like, I question your logic, and I won't question your maths because you were very, but your logic is questionable there. But obviously, you're not worried at all, really.
You should be worried though.
Not really. No, the levels is too high, man. The levels is too high. Man City and Liverpool have set the levels ridiculous high, which I can't see the below teams catching up. Your O's and your Lampards, I don't think they can get enough from the squad right now to catch up to Liverpool or Man City. That's just me anyway.
Obviously, like I said, this is our 500 episode, and obviously, we've done this for a while. You do this thing where you talk really slow, but you're still chatting shit. Sobes. Chatting shit.
What do you mean?
What do you want to
know? What do you mean?
Chatting shit slowly. Yeah. Sobes. Let's get into it.
I did want to ask Ellis, are you worried about Van Dijk at all?
Fam.
Nah.
Errors leading to goals. They're saying he's top. He's top of it for the last couple of seasons still.
Man, we've seen bare defenders make like 400 errors in one game, man. So I don't know where they got that stuff.
Oh, okay, it's errors leading to goals, isn't it? I think how they define that is a bit questionable. For example, I think he missed the ball for Leeds' third goal. Personally, I'd have that as an error leading to a goal, but I don't think they'd have that as an error leading to a goal.
That is an error, man.
So how they actually calculate is a bit questionable. But yeah, you said he wasn't as cool as usual. He was trying to be as cool as usual. It just wasn't quite coming off. I mean, there was a time it looked like Leeds were targeting him, but that's funny to see.
Yo, Bielsa's got into them. Done his Wi-Fi work. Said, yo, this is fraud. He said, this is fraud. Let's get at him.
They worked hard, but obviously, ultimately, they came away with nothing in it. So
I mean, that's expected, no? That's expected, no? That's expected, no?
I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. Like everyone, we can all have the you know what I mean? We can banter it, but.
Are you okay? I don't know if it's your voice or if it's your internet, but you're sounding a bit rattled. Yeah. I mean, there's no reason to be because like you said, you won and you
they're nervous.
You know what's killing me? His images aren't matching what he's saying. So he's saying at all, but as he's saying at all, his body's still moving. Then when he's talking a bit louder, now his hands are going back. So I'm loving whatever you're doing with that HMP coughing, man. Keep up the good work. How good was Salah yesterday?
Hey, that guy was a menace, bro. That guy, absolute beast. Bully. Like, what I love about Salah is he's just always trying to do the thing that's going to piss you off the most as a left back. Like, he just, and he's always active. Like, he's always high intensity. He's always high energy. He's always like, yeah, oh, you want to breathe on? Nah, it's not happening, mate. Not happening, big man. So, like, he's just always onto his left back. I like it. And he's just cold, like, in terms of his finishing, his shooting, his sharpness. Everything's just sharp as it should be. Do you know what I mean? For 90 minutes as well. He's fit as fuck, strong as fuck, like, absolute animal, man. Like, he's a beast. Liverpool are lucky to have him.
Yeah, him and Mane, they're just relentless, man. They're just relentless. Like, that goal, bruv, he could have broke the net. He could have smashed that. If that net went there, that was flying all the way into Goodison Park. Like, that's how hard he hit that ball. Like, he smashed that ball to smithereens. And I just felt like Leroy was saying, like, he didn't give his marker a moment's peace at all, man. Like, he was just relentless from start to finish. And I think Liverpool, it's a blessing that they can have someone like Salah and Mane at full tilt every single game, rarely picking up injuries, because you're seeing the benefits there. A man gets a hat-trick and ultimately wins them the match.
Facts. I mean, we bang on about this guy all the time, but you just can't help but mention him again. Roberto Firmino, Ellis. I mean, when is he going to be tried for his crimes? Honestly, sir. Because you lot have given us every excuse under the sun for the last 2 years. Like, it was crazy to me. Obviously, you lot had the highlight from your friendly, whoever you played, where he picked it up in front of the defence and he kind of joined the play all the way up to assisting it in your box. But what was funny to me was that he was making, like, defensive contributions in front of your box, like interceptions and stuff, but then miscontrolling it in front of their box. What is this? I think at this time, do you think it might even be mental with him?
No. Mariah, I think it's by design. Obviously, he's not meant to score, innit? So
that's why he misses all the time.
Obviously, his role in the team is not to score, innit? So they're telling him deliberately to miss the
time. Stay in your lane, fella.
No, that's good. Come with that energy, man.
They must be telling him to miss these chances because obviously that's not his role, innit? His role's not to score, bro.
Yeah, fella. Stay in your lane. You know what I'm saying? Lick your wounds.
I think it's clear. We've been saying this for time. Liverpool fans have been denying this for time. He ain't up to it. He is being carried by the rest of that front three, and he's not up to it. So yes, he's nice technically. Yes, he can do this link stuff. How many top strikers could come in and do that same link stuff? Lewandowski could do it. Benzema could do it. Aguero could probably do it, even though he's not the best at it. Like
Harry Kane could do it as well.
Huh?
You forgot about Harry Kane.
Yeah,
I think he was left out intentionally.
I left out. Obviously, like, I'm not supposed to big up Ops like that. But yeah, so I just feel like, yeah, he's in there just doing the nice, like, but he's not scoring. And the thing is, all Liverpool fans need, is an upgrade to realise what they're missing. Because if they had an upgrade who was actually netting and doing the thing, they'll be like, oh my God, this Firmino guy's been frauding the living for this amount of time. Like, you don't need to upgrade him.
But the thing is, because it's true, but because Salah's banging goals, so you kind of like blind. But I'm not gonna like be around the bush. He was poor yesterday. He should have scored. I think he had a chance 1-on-1, and you could just see the lack of confidence. Instead of
miscontrol, that's the chance. He literally miscontrolled. I was like, hold on, guy's making lovely touches deep in his own box. Crazy.
Nah, yeah, so like he tried to go with his right outside of his right foot. So it is a strange one. He's not on form in front of goal anyway. He does do the lovely touches in and around the box. Maybe we can change the position. I'm not too sure, but it is one to slightly worry about, because when it's a bit tight and you need a goal from somewhere, then you really count on him.
You can never have too many elite goal scorers in your attack. This is it. Simple. Like everyone said, oh well, we've already got Salah scoring the goals, Mane scoring the goals. So fucking what? Get a third one. Like this is what big clubs do. Get another big man in there who can bang. Like he's actually frauding the living. Honestly,
you know what is with him? I think he's a quality player, man. Like he's a quality player, but I don't think he's a 9. And I think for me, I think they should be playing him as a 10. He's not a 9. He's not a clinical finisher. He's not the guy who's going to have one chance in the game and he's going to binge it, man. I genuinely think they need to bring in another attacker who can actually displace him from that team, or at least get him back to a suitable level where he's actually putting some of these chances away. Because the misses are actually criminal. If this was any other player who were missing these chances, he'd be calling him crap, he'd be calling him shit, etc., etc. But
we are
because it's Bobby Firmino and he's the system, he's our system. He gets exonerated.
Yeah, I don't think he gets exonerated. And this is what, like, stop following these like no face Twitter accounts. I beg you. That's the first thing. Okay. That's the first thing. Yeah.
That's the first thing. Okay.
But I do agree. Okay, but I do agree that he needs to start putting his chances away, get another forward. I personally don't want a out and out number 9. I want someone who can play across the forward line. Just because, like we said, with Mane and Salah, we need another like quick attacker to get in behind, and that's where we're struggling at the minute. And Tops is right. Firmino he's not a number 9 out and out. He's never had like the goal scoring record of a number 9 out. I think he just does a job for Klopp, and Klopp that's what he does. So he found the best position for him, and that was at the center of the attack. Going forward, I'm sure that Liverpool are looking for because they've got Minamino who plays in the same position. So again, that's not someone that scores goals again. So I think it's just about setup and all that.
An interesting philosophy over there at Anfield. Leeds, obviously Bielsa. We talk about him, wax lyrical about his football madness. He's had some great sides over the last few years. Based on what you saw against Liverpool, do you guys see them staying up? So they spent big money on Rodrigo, who's not a prolific scorer. Crazy business, in my opinion. But yeah, do you guys see them staying up?
Yeah, they'll stay up. They'll stay up. But I agree with that Rodrigo thing. 30 million for a guy who's probably not going to score 10 league goals this season. It's not cutting the mustard for me. I think they could have. I like him, but I think they should have signed better. I still think they definitely need to sign another striker in addition to him and Bamford. I think the midfield's okay, and I think they got. I just think they need more attacking wise, and I think they definitely need one more centre back as well. Whatever his name is, Robin, is it Hotch or Cock or whatever? However you pronounce it, he looked like he was a bit out of sorts at Anfield. He looked like he was struggling under that pressure, and that's with no fans as well. So I think they definitely need one more at the back as well. But generally, the system they play, I think they'll take to the Premier League like a duck to water, and I think they'll comfortably sort of be like a mid-table side, I reckon.
Okay.
I disagree, you know.
Yeah, I don't know.
The thing about Bielsa's sides, I think they're going to do really well for the first half, and they're going to be like 12th, and then they're going to burn out because Bielsa's sides famously always end with a crash, so they always end with a bad run of form. Now, especially in the Premier League, I just think the intensity they're going to have to put in to try and do what they do in this league and get results. And also in the obviously the EFL Cup, also in the FA Cup, blah blah blah. I just think they'll be doing okay, and then their big crash will put them in trouble, and it'll be really close. I mean, obviously Newcastle are down, but I just feel like it's going to be a scrappy competitive league this year, man. And I don't think they're by any means a sure thing to say.
They're getting players. They're in talks for Rodrigo de Paul. Apparently, they want to sign Draxler. They want to sign that Croatian 21-year-old. Like they need bodies.
Some of these are a pipe dream though.
Yeah, because I want a Lamborghini. I want a Lamborghini Oro Civic, but it ain't happening. So
they're gonna add like 2 or 3. They're gonna add at least 2 or 3 more players.
They need to.
Like you said, Leroy, like that burnout factor was a thing 2 seasons ago, but this recent season, they didn't really have that burnout factor. They took it right up to the end, and I do agree. The intensity in the Premier League, whereas the Championship, they were by far and away the most intense side. In the league, that's pretty much the norm for quite a couple of sides.
Yeah.
I still think that they got enough quality in that team to comfortably stay up this year.
Are they better than Norwich?
Yeah, way better than Norwich. Way better than Norwich.
Really? Wasn't Norwich and Leeds in the same league, and I think Norwich took that league apart.
Nah, man.
Well, Leeds actually bottled it that season. They were first on New Year's Day, and I think once you're first on New Year's Day in like Championship history, no one's ever not gone up, and they were the first team to not go up after being first on New Year's Day or whatever the case is. So obviously part of the reason they probably didn't burn out was the COVID, the lockdown, and obviously football being suspended for a few months. Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting. It's Bielsa in it, so he's gonna make us laugh, probably make us cry as well. But yeah, it'll be great to see. I did go on, Leroy. You look like you want to say something.
No. I was just gonna say, like, the thing about it is as well. I know he's supposed to be getting all these bodies in, but even then, Bielsa's known to work with a very, very small core group, and that's why they burn out a lot. Even though he gets these players in, he doesn't rotate that often. So I just see him, even if he gets all these players in, I can see him only working with 16 players, only working with not even up to 16 players, probably 15 players. And then that's what's going to cause a burnout with the type of effort you're going to take to beat the teams in this league, because this league is becoming a very, very intense league, and a league about running and athletes.
Yeah, and I think furthermore for them, they'll put that effort in, and a lot of the time they won't see any return for it. You'll run your heart out and you'll still get popped. I mean, look at the game against Liverpool, for example. You know, unless you look proud, which is weird. But anyway, let's just quickly.
Be easy, bro.
I just pray they don't bring in anyone else who've got top nuts, man. They got so many players with top nuts. It's ridiculous. Man, so many top nuts. I was like, what is going on here?
It's a spirit. He's brought in the spirit of Spain to, or the Latin spirit.
To be honest, I want him to go down because of that. Because now I ain't that type of youth, bro. I'm like short back and sides, fam. Like, yeah, that ain't my culture.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Maybe a fade when you're feeling naughty, but yeah. For the most part, nothing heavy. Obviously, Manchester United, Manchester City, Chelsea, they all went deep into Europe. So as a result, they didn't play this weekend. But we did have a few other games on. Earlier today, before Spurs' embarrassing loss, Leicester played West Brom, dealt with them quite handily. What are we looking to see from Leicester this season? Because obviously, I think we can say they bottled top 4 last season. 5th, I guess, for them is a good season still. But for me, when you consider the context of where they were and how far ahead of Manchester United they were, for me, it's not so good. Where do you think they should be aiming for this season?
Top 7 again. Top 7 or top 8, I think they should be aiming for. I think them getting 5th is a pipe dream. I think them even challenging for top 4 is a pipe dream as well, because they got Europa League this season as well. They still need to bring in some wide players, in my opinion. I think apart from Harvey Barnes, their wide players are no good. I think they're in the process of bringing in another centre back as well. That's definitely needed as well.
Was that Leicester?
Yeah, is that Fofana?
They get Fofana is a bad you, bruv.
See, I ain't watched him play.
Bad you.
Yeah?
Bad you. If they get him, that's very impressive. Because that's the thing is, because we've got Gabriel and Saliba, I think it's unfair to get Fofana because that's someone I want. But because he's too good to be a backup. He's way too good to be a backup. And if you've got two players of that quality, but I mean, I think you should go with someone like United. I think he should hold out.
I was going to say, yeah, bring him to the theatre, man. Let's have it right.
I don't think he should be going to Leicester. I mean, obviously,
we get games though.
He's seeing the bag, innit? So he's seeing like he's probably on peanuts at St. Etienne, and he's thinking,
40, 50, yeah.
When I watch him, I think, yeah, you're like I've got the set because obviously I watched him because Saliba was in the same team. I got the same vibe as Saliba, like this guy in the air, on the ground, tackling, speed, strength, concentration. Everything was correct. Do you know what I mean? So I was thinking, this guy is destined to go to a higher club, in my opinion.
Yeah, we need to be. These are the sort of players we need to be in the mixer for.
Good on the ball as well. Very good on the ball as well.
Wait, you're telling me we could do with some of that, definitely. Crystal Palace, they also were able to secure a win this weekend. 1-0 win at home against Southampton. Wilfried Zaha grabbing himself a goal. Yeah, I mean, it's not much to say about Palace. Zaha's trying to get out. Do you think he's going to get out? I'm locked up. They won't let me out.
I don't know, you know. I don't think he will. A lot of my friends, like one of my friends keeps saying that. Sorry, go on. Were you talking, Ellis? No, you weren't.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying that contract he signed was a bit deep, man.
It's hard to say no to that bag, though, man. That's how they get you.
Nah.
I think, no, but do you know what I think happens, Leroy? I think they give you that bag and then they also kind of gentleman's agreement that, listen, if we get an offer that meets a certain valuation, we'll let you go. And maybe at that time, it looked like somebody was going to come in for that. But once they started saying 80 million for Wilfried Zaha, teams were like, yeah, we're going away, man. Bye.
Shit. I'm sorry. I don't know what it is about English clubs or English agents and stuff like that. But if you back yourself as Zaha and you're coming to, what was he? He was mid-20s when he signed that deal, yeah? Come back to Palace. He's re-established himself as one of the most threatening players in the league. You're like, right, I want to go back to the big time. In your mid-20s, you've got 2 years left on your deal. Why are you re-signing that deal? The thing is, if you back yourself, you either don't sign or you say, I will sign, but I'll sign with release clause. Fuck a gentleman's agreement, because at the end of the day, these men look after themselves. Okay, I don't care what kind of relationship you have. You're a young black man, yeah? And you're trusting this guy, this white man who owns billionaire, who owns shitloads of stuff, just to sell you because you got a gentleman's agreement. Now, like, it's bollocks.
That's not how we got rich.
These men need release clauses. They need release clauses. They need to insist on them. At the end of the day, I am not convinced that Palace would have been like, well, we're not giving you a new deal. Zaha's agent was like, we demand a release clause of X amount. Something reasonable. Not something reasonable, like 60 mil. Not something like ridiculous, like 30 mil or something, but something reasonable. Just because all these men are getting priced out of moves.
They are, but you have to also remember that valuation to them is correct. That's how much you get for being in the Prem. If we're saying Zaha's the reason they're in the Prem, Grealish is the reason they're in the Prem, they are worth literally that amount of money to these clubs. So
I completely get that. So they're worth that much to them. However, they're not worth that much to the big club that they want to get them. So they have to play that off. They have to play that off. So they have to think, right, if I back myself, you've got to be forward planning. If I back myself, I can't sign that contract for 5 years. It's going to time me until I'm 31. That means I'm never getting my big move. So it's either a release clause, a very short contract, or I'm not signing big man. I'm just not doing it.
I guess those are the three options. I think
every time himself. I understand. Look, at the end of the day, I ain't no fool. Like, my mum didn't raise no idiot. If someone puts £100 a week in front of me, if someone puts £100 a week in front of me, you best believe I'm going to take it. Like, 100%. I don't care what the situation is. But
this guy. So what? So you just criticized him, though.
I'm criticizing him, but the thing is, if he believes he's one of the best players, he has completely shaken himself. So I can't feel sorry for him because he's got no one else to blame. He has no one else to blame. Like, I'm talking like this from a humble man who works for a living every day. Do you know what I mean? But these man are in a different stratosphere as it is. So
I like just take that last year on 50, and then you'll get the big move, and you'll make 150 maybe, depending on how much they're able to get off your price because of how short your contract
they would have probably
is.
sold him that year.
Yeah. I think release clauses legally, are we able to do that in this country?
Yes, we are.
We are, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, there more players definitely need to be doing it. They need to be looking at the kind of blueprint set by leagues like the NBA, where players are kind of taking the power back, because otherwise, like you say, these guys, they'll shake your hand and smile in your face and say, yeah, sure, we'll do that for you. But when the time actually comes, they're not going to do that. What I also wanted to do with it being our 500th episode was share some of best moments, funny moments, see if you guys remember any of these. So I'll see what I've got in front of me here. Let me just pop it up. Can you lot see this?
Yeah, I'm seeing your screen now.
Yeah.
I think you can see it, but let me
Hey.
let me bring it back. This time let me put the sound on so you lot can hear it as well. So this is episode 98. This came after Chelsea signed Rudiger. Quite interesting, but yeah, I'll let it play. Let the clip do its talking for itself, man.
This should be interesting.
When they can't get a striker, and Roman says, "Look, you gotta bring back Costa," and Costa comes back, and him and Conte are beefing. Conte's gone, bro. November, Christmas.
Hey, no, speaking of Chelsea, can we talk about the reveal for Rudiger?
Oh, mate.
I heard him at the back of the Chelsea.
It looked like a bang bro scene.
It was mad. It was mad.
That's what it looked like.
Rudiger, for some reason, was in the closet, facing the wall. And he turned around.
Yeah, no, basically,
Yes.
so this dad brings his son in and they say, okay, we'll get the Chelsea shirt. And he's like, oh, they got Rudiger. And he said, oh, no, they don't have son. Like, anybody would ever ask that. Type of Rudiger on gifts, yeah. Don't usually type of their gift as bad gifts. It's like 3 Rudiger gifts, bruv. He's a nobody. Anyway, so they asked his son, and his dad's like, right, why do you want this black you? He's like, any answer, or David Luiz? And he's like, no, I want the black you. And you can see man's face like red colours. So even the girl's like, oh, what? So she goes to the closet, pick up the black you, like, oh, Rudiger. Obviously Rudiger's hiding in the closet. And he turns around, did some next, I don't know, some gang sign he tried to do because he saw Pogba doing it. And then he came up with the shirt.
You know what? And do you know what Rudiger said? The girl asked him, Rudiger, is it alright, I'm gonna put your name on the shirt? He said, yeah, I play for Chelsea now. And he did this with his hand. Yeah, I play for Chelsea now. Of course he can put my name on the shirt. Awful, bro. That was terrible, bro.
So I've got a question from Josh. Oh man.
Hey, that's a classic show.
Classic.
A lot of you won't know, but that was where the name Chelsea Hour actually came from. That particular vid. I've got another one. This is a classic Lewis, actually. Give me a second. Let me throw that one up now.
Please be the one that I hope it is.
Hold on.
What? Yeah?
Yes.
I'm probably not following this private joke. Wait,
No, basically, so
is it a hip hop song?
Lyric. So, yeah,
All right,
listen
okay.
to it. It's a hip hop song.
It's Drake, yeah. It's a bit of Drizzy Drake, is it? Yeah.
There's a producer called Young Murder.
Young Murder.
There's
Right.
murder on the beat, so it's not nice.
All right, yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
just inserting name of sloppy football.
No, the listeners know that. We don't give a shit about her.
Yeah, so
I get you. Is that
they were quality,
is that
they
the
were
hottest
quality.
joint out right now? Yeah.
Don't ever say that.
What do you listen to?
I listen to rap.
You listen to rap?
Lewis,
What's the last album you listened to?
Lewis, make sure you cut that out from our podcast.
Now I want the people to know this is what this is the host.
What's the last year?
No, yeah. For now, I'm taking in application for hosts. Man laughing. I'm actually being serious. I don't know. Man said this is the hottest drink. So I'm like Westwood, you know.
So what's the last album you listened to? Rap album.
Nellyville was good.
I'm dying! Help me!
Do that, JD. Why do I live this way, man? Must be the money. Must be the money, man. Hey! I was doing it in primary school. That's when the Twin Towers were still up. Yes! Shit! Twin Towers were still up when Nellyville came out, man.
fam.
Yo, that's a let it go.
You killed me. Oh my God.
Down, baby. Oi. Wow, I can't even get up, lad.
You know what I did, bro?
Twin Towers. Yeah, amazing.
Like, I was actually.
Oh man.
Hey, listen, this is a criminal, bruv. I don't know why.
He hasn't quite recovered from that, to be honest. To this day, people still ask him about the latest album he's listened to. The next one's also Lewis. We ain't picking on Lewis. It's just Lewis. Just, you know, in the early days, he was on every single week, as I was as well, on Disu. Shout them man out. This one was a bit more sad. You guys remember Lewis's cat. We'll just let it play. We'll let it play. We'll let the clip do the talking for itself.
Like his cat. Like his cat.
Twinkles. Can you believe this?
The Twinkles.
You know, my These guys are fools.
Tell the Twinkles story.
No, that man got twinkles, fam. That man got twinkles. Can we tell the simple story?
Oh, go on then. I mean, I might as well do it for entertainment value.
Okay, guys. Oh, fuck. The setting. A wet December. Cold. It was Boxing Day, right?
Yeah. Everybody's merry, cuz.
Everyone's happy. Spend time with our families. So, the day before the pod now. Lewis has some.
It's the day of the pod.
It was the day of the pod.
Yeah, day of the pod.
The morning before our pod. Lewis has some news. His cat's died.
That's why I got to come on the podcast.
Yeah.
My cat died. I'm going vet.
So he tells us that his cat's died. He can't come on the pod today. Cool. We all think weird, but whatever. One of those things. Yeah. What's funny is what happened in hindsight. Because when we went back to talk about that day, it turned out we were all sickened. No one gives a shit about his cat. No one said sorry. And to this day, we're absolutely livid that he dared to miss a pod because his cat got rushed.
First he went vet for his cat. The cat's dead, cuz.
That man got twinkled. In the vet for 8 hours with a dead cat.
It wasn't for 8 hours. It wasn't for 8 hours.
I don't understand. Bury the shit, right? No, I can't do this, guys. I'm sorry. Oh, fuck. That man got twinkled. That man got twinkled.
Hey, that's made me cry.
Oh man, Lewis, man, rest in peace, Twinkles, man,
Hey.
for real.
Let's pour some liquor for a real one, man.
Yeah, Twinkles, wherever you are in cat heaven. And I guess,
Hey, but seriously, this roller needs to die, man. I miss the studio. I miss
for real, soon. And I guess the last one is me. God damn it.
I know which one this is.
Oh, God. All right, cool. Here we go, guys. It's not really funny, but It's not really funny, but whatever.
Cool. Hello, welcome to another Touchline Fracas podcast. It's just me, Moreau, and Io here at the moment. How you doing, guys?
Not bad. We're the ones who put in the most work secretly,
Yeah.
We're the cornerstones of the Touchline Fracas community.
Conveniently, when Chelsea lose, Ife is running late.
Yeah.
Back to last season's
Yeah, but don't worry, Ife.
It's true.
Yeah, well, Ife conveniently never came on a pod at all. Yeah, interested. Moreau, double denim.
Loud.
Look at
Yo!
This ain't denim. This ain't denim.
Don't let him do this.
This ain't denim. What are you talking about? Are you sick, man?
No, don't let him.
Hey, listen, I know Man United are going through some
89
things.
million on Pogba, man, telling me.
United are going through some things, but there's no need for a midlife crisis.
This ain't double denim, guys.
No, I can't believe
This
it.
ain't double denim.
Lewis.
Wait, scrap that. Delete that. Start the pod again. It's not double denim. This is fucking.
Bryce, living.
Fucking prick.
Hey, Lewis.
Someone
That
said
is your best ever moment, bro.
Someone said put the lights on the double denim guy.
Oh, sure, guys.
Don't worry, we'll save man now.
Oh man.
Periscope was 10 out of 10. 10 out
No,
of 10
that was
comedy.
10 out of 10.
Yeah,
Quality.
those were the days. Do you know why it's crazy as well? Yeah, it wasn't double denim. Like to this day, yeah.
Still can't believe.
You're still fighting your case.
No. To this day,
Still can't believe.
those trousers were cotton, man. To this day, yeah. People still don't believe me. Like I couldn't obviously because it was Periscope, you can't quite see the material. But yeah, it wasn't double denim. But obviously, I look back and just how rattled I am, it just made it seem guilty. And you know what? I've actually found a bonus clip. Yeah, so this will be the last one that I share with you lot. Give me a second. Let's just roll that up. Cool. So look at who do we have here?
Hey, double denim. We say double denim, Mariah, yeah? What we say, double denim, Mariah, yeah? You don't get your back northwest, baby. You're gonna move, bro.
Yes.
So,
you know,
Revenge.
I'm not gonna lie, Mariah. You see that clip of that thing? Yeah, I've never seen you like taken aback or surprised in it. So when you was there, I was like, "Rah, Mariah's got it."
Do you know what? Yeah, I was actually. Do you know what? I was actually fine with it. This would gaslit me. This would gaslit me. I was actually like, yeah, what? Like, Luce made a comment. I was like, oh yeah, cool, how funny. Right, no. I was like, oh shit, it's true actually. You kind of mugged me off there. And obviously, as I'm talking, yeah, more, I'm looking back and my voice is just getting higher and higher and higher. And this was there like,
Hey, you can't let Dizu put a battery in your back. He's
he is the king. He's the king gaslighter. But yeah, just to say, guys, thus far it's been a pleasure, hell of a journey. Yeah, when I think where we started and how much you've been able to build up our community, yeah, it wasn't. I don't think any of us expected it to last this long. And aside from the podcast, I've made some good lifelong friends as a result of Touchline. So that's been a pleasure. I know tomorrow Lewis is going to get some more clips and post them on the account. And I know from the Discord that you don't have a tendency to remember absolutely everything we've ever said. Yeah, it's scary to be honest.
Hey, do you know what? The Discord pops, yeah, but yeah. I had my first experience of getting flamed on there the weekend. I can't deal with it. And my personality doesn't take to it because I was offering people out. I was really putting my address. I was like, look, me and you, we need to fight. We need to fight right now. Because I've got like, them man on Discord, yeah, are the funniest group of people I've ever experienced online.
Oh my God.
Ruthless, bro.
They are ruthless.
Bruv, a little bit of bait, yeah, they came for me.
That's it.
I had to leave. My head was up. I was finished.
Remember that pod 2 years ago when like, what? Yeah, it's quite something. So yeah, I know Lewis is going to be posting some of those clips tomorrow on the Twitter account. I just want to thank you all for coming through. Tobes, always a pleasure. Hopefully you'll be coming through a lot more this season. I'm hoping you have a good season. I mean, it was a good documentary, so it only
you mean
makes
that
sense.
really though? Do you really mean that?
I mean, yeah, I hope you have a good season. You having a good season it has no impact on us. Like Spurs having a good season, you having a good season, probably fifth, innit? So I'm not really worried. So I hope you have a good season.
Nah, to be honest, I need these guys to crash and burn because I need the Mourinho trilogy. Like I need the Mourinho full-on saga, like because it's so entertaining.
You need it.
He'd be annexed from the City of London because he can't manage Arsenal. So that's it. He would have had his go at all the big London clubs that he can actually get to.
Don't doubt West Ham. Trust me.
they were dire, by the way. They were. We didn't touch on them. They were really bad. And obviously Newcastle, Callum Wilson's grabbed himself a debut goal and he's probably with the rules for groups of more than 6 coming in on Monday. He's probably had himself a hell of a weekend. But yeah, lads, pleasure. Ellis, keep doing you. Keep doing you. I'll see you. I'll see you. Don't you worry about that. We'll talk for real. Leroy, always a pleasure, bro. Tobes, like I said, a pleasure. Those of you who are listening, if you enjoyed this pod, share it, pass it on, retweet it. And other than that, everybody take care. Enjoy the rest of your week. Stay safe. Peace.
Laters, lads.
When I spit bars in a rave, man, I go hard, last stand.